Shall we? Okay. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to tell you a story of Earth. This picture is taken on January 13, 2012. The road used to be a concrete road, but now it's a dirt road. The government tried to fix it by concrete, but it cost 10 million RMB, which is too expensive. Finally, they gave up. Now this road has made the villagers hard to transport their crops to city. This kind of problem is everywhere in China. China needs a new rural road building material, which is cheaper, stronger, and more efficient. Launchpad Asia really has a great product, the soil stabilizer, which can solve this problem. After several months of research, we found that there is a huge demand in rural area building in the 12th five-year plan. Now, I would like to highly recommend you that you really have the ability and a chance to supply your product to meet the demand, to solve the problem. Right time, right place, right product. Let's do it together. Today, we consulting team would like to give you some suggestions about the market and how could you become the market leader in the soil stabilizer industry. Well, first, please allow me to briefly introduce our team. I'm Owen. This is Kenzie. This is our leader, Samantha, and this is Strongman is our manager, Scott, and this is Kentley. Okay, here we go. Each time when we talk about the market, we all know that we need to answer three questions. Why there is a demand? How big is the demand? And where is the demand? Well, in the following part, I would like to answer these three questions for you. Okay, firstly, why there is a demand? The motivation is very simple. The government tries to help its people get rid of poverty. There is a Chinese saying that if you want to become rich, build the road first. So the government wants to help its people transport their products to the city to meet the demand. Secondly, they also want to access to the natural resource. For example, the China National Petrol Corporation, they build a road in order to reach the shale gas in Sichuan province. Well, in conclusion, government wants to help its people get rid of poverty. That's its motivation. Well, government has such a great motivation. What kind of material are they using now? In fact, now they are using four kinds of materials: concrete, pitch, rock, and dirt. The problem of concrete and pitch are very obvious that they are expensive and not environmental friendly, and they are hard to implement. The problem of rock and dirt is that they are not strong enough. It's inefficient and hard to maintain. So though the government has strong motivation, the materials cannot meet the demand. It's a problem here. Okay, we have talked about the problem, the motivation. Now let's talk about how big is this demand. Well, in the rural road construction, it comprises two aspects: updating the current roads and building the new roads. Please allow me to clarify these two concepts first. Building new roads means government make a new road from point A to point B. It's a new road. And updating roads means government use materials such as concrete, soil stabilizer, whatever, to improve the current road lies from A to B. That means there is a road existing and they want to use some materials to improve the road. That means updating. These are two different concepts. Well, in the 12th five-year plan, government plans to invest 200 billion RMB and achieve 90% of the villages have transport service. That means in total, 450,000 kilometers new roads. In the other aspect, government tried to update the rock road and dirt road, which is in total 1.7 billion kilometers updated roads. When we combine these two figures together, it is a total demand. It's very obvious that updating the roads is almost 4 times than building the roads. There is a big market there. Okay, now let's talk about where are those demands. After our research, we found that we made a conclusion that market is everywhere in China. Each province has more or less rural road building demand. You can spread business in the Eastern China, Middle China, and Western China. It's up to you. The top 3 concentrated markets is Shanxi, Henan, and Sichuan. Well, that's all my part. Now let's welcome Kenzie to talk about why our product can fit the demand.
Thank you, Owen. Okay, soil stabilizers have been used in China in the past. However, they have left a bad reputation for being expensive and having very poor quality. Launchpad Asia's products, however, are not your typical soil stabilizers. These products are new technologies to the Chinese market, but have been used around the world and proven their credibility for over 30 years and by extensive testing done by the United States military. I'm going to tell you some qualities of our products that differentiate them from everything else on the market. First, our process is simple. This was a picture of the Taiheng mountain range in the Shaanxi and Hunan provinces. The greatest demand for rural roads is in treacherous areas such as this, where it is impossible to bring in large amounts of heavy equipment. Our products, however, use a simple three-step process that you just saw. First, you have to grade the road. Second, apply 2 coats of solution. And third, compact the road and apply a top coat of solution. Within an hour, you'll have a road that is ready to support a 240-ton truck. This process can build 3 kilometers of road in one 8-hour day, and the results are fast, so customers see the results immediately. Next, as you've seen from the recent weather in Beijing, Chinese weather is very unpredictable. Rural roads need to be able to withstand these bad weather conditions and keep their durability. Our products contain a bitumen modifier which makes them strong and weatherproof, so that when the floods strike, our roads will still stay strong. Next, the soil in China is very diverse. In the Sichuan province alone, there's more than 25 different types of soil. Previous soil stabilizers have required that sand and specific soil types be shipped in order to build a road. Our products, however, are non-ionic, so they work with the soil that is already on the ground on site. This in turn saves you time and money and makes installation dirt cheap. Our products are environmentally friendly and durable. This is not true of the other soil stabilizers on the market. They're environmentally friendly, but provide roads that are very low durability. Concrete, which is our other main competitor, builds durable roads that are not environmentally friendly. In fact, Chinese consumption of concrete recently has reached nearly 1 ton per person per year. The Chinese government has recognized the bad effects this is having on the environment and has put a new emphasis on using environmentally friendly products. Launchpad Asia's products are exactly the solution the government is looking for to build roads. These products work quickly and effectively to build durable, environmentally friendly roads. Now let's welcome Samantha to tell us more about our competitive advantage.
Thank you, Kinsey. Now you already know where the market is, how the product can fit the market. Next, I'm going to introduce the competitors. But before that, you need to know your key customer is the government. The general motivation for the government to build a road is to benefit the citizens as much as they can. So their requirement for the road is durable, strong, environment-friendly, and to be built immediately and efficiently. So in this section, I will show you how Launchpad Asia stabilizer can fit these requirements better than the competitors. Your key competitor is concrete. Compared with them, you have 4 advantages. The first and most important one is that your stabilizers is much cheaper than concrete. Per square meter of road, the stabilizers you use is just 0.3% of the concrete to be used. So it will cut the cost by 69%. At the same time, you can meet all the durability standards of concrete. So for the less developed and poor area, you can save money for them. Secondly, with the stabilizers, the road can be built faster than with concrete. To get concrete, you need to mix all these materials together. It takes a lot of time and effort. But for your stabilizers, you just add some water in it, and it's done. Not only the process to build a road is easier, the road can also be taken into use faster with the stabilizers. For Launchpad Asia's stabilizer, the road can be taken into use within 1 hour. But for the concrete, it takes 2 weeks to dry. So for the place where the road is needed immediately, Launchpad Asia's product is their best choice. Thirdly, these stabilizers doesn't need large maintenance as frequently as concrete do. From this graph, we can see every 4 years, concrete road need a large maintenance. But for Launchpad Asia stabilizer, you can just do it every 8 years or even longer. In addition, your maintenance process is much easier. For Launchpad Asia, you just spray the stabilizers underground and it's done. But for concrete, they need to repave. So for the rural area where the labor and machine of the maintenance is not so adequate, Launchpad Asia stabilizer is more convenient for them to use. Last but not least is that Launchpad Asia's product can protect the environment better than concrete. Per kilometer of rural roads, if you use the stabilizer, you can save aggregate mining by over 1,000 tons. So it can protect the plant by 23 square meters. Meanwhile, you can also reduce the use of coal and reduce carbon dioxide emission, which is generated during the producing process of concrete. These environment contributions of Launchpad Asia's product can help China to achieve its energy conservation and pollution reduction plan. So to sum up, all these advantages of Launchpad Asia stabilizer show you that you can do a better job in rural road construction in China. Now let's welcome Scott to introduce the market strategy.
Thank you, Samantha. As we've seen, we have a product that fits perfectly with a great market opportunity. I'd like to talk about just how we plan on entering this market. As the sole proprietors of two innovative products, we have the opportunity to take a first mover advantage in a new soil stabilizing industry, start replacing concrete projects, and spread throughout China within the next 3 to 5 years. We plan on doing this in a 3-step process. First, we will gain product approval at the central government level. Next, gain credibility at the from the major road building provinces. And third, become a leader in the soil stabilizer industry and spread throughout China. The first step can be a long and difficult process. Fortunately, this step has already been accomplished. These products meet the standards and regulations of the central government and are approved for use in China. We can move directly to the second step, which is gaining credibility. We'll do this through offering test projects in the areas where demand is most highly concentrated. From our market research, we've learned that the areas that are building the roads the most prevalently in China are Shaanxi at a planned 126,000 kilometers, Henan with a planned 112,000 kilometers, and Sichuan with a planned 93,000 kilometers. These are the areas that need these products the most. These are the areas we'll offer the test products. We'll offer the test projects in 2 areas, to the Departments of Transportation as well as the leaders in the shale gas industry. The Departments of Transportation are the key decision makers in this industry. They plan where roads are going to be built and how they'll be built. Any new material will be introduced through the Department of Transportation to be implemented by the construction companies. The Departments of Transportation are who we can turn the idea of the soil stabilizer industry and introduce to the market. We'll also be going into the shale gas industry. Why shale gas? Well, as Owen has already pointed out, improving non-farm economy is one of the biggest drivers of demand of rural road building in the country. Shale gas right now is one of the biggest pushes in China for non-farm economy. And these companies, with a demand of 6.5 billion cubic meters of producing shale gas, have planned exploratory wells and new projects in these areas of Sichuan, Henan, and Shaanxi. The shale gas industry is driving demand for road building. These companies, Sinopec and CNPC, work with the Departments of Transportation and can be a great endorser of our product as well as a great customer for the product as well. We're doing our test projects to show how our difference can sell. It shows that we are different from the soil stabilizers of the past, and we are the product that they are looking for. The last thing I'd like to mention is that it is vital to enter this market as quickly as possible. Roads are planned in the beginning of the year by the Department of Transportation and implemented in the second half of the year. So it is vital and key right now to begin gaining this credibility so we can be on the planning schedule for the beginning of 2013. And now, let's now welcome Caitlin, who will talk just how the value can be added to this industry.
Thank you, Scott. Last year, Launchpad Asia's major competitors built 46.5 kilometers of rural roads. This represents only 0.01% of the entire road building market. Governments are hesitant to use soil stabilizers, pardon me, because their experience with them in the past has proven them to be ineffective and too expensive. At Launchpad Asia, we must redefine this reputation, and to do so, we suggest implementing a pilot program that is aggressive to show our proven product to the market. We suggest implementing this program into the areas with the top 3 areas with the highest concentrated demand. These are the Shaanxi, Hunan, and Sichuan provinces. We suggest building 5 kilometers of rural roads in these areas in the first year. This will set us back 11 million RMB. However, we will see returns on this investment immediately in the year following with an increased market share. We believe that by year 2, we will be able to build 33 kilometers of rural roads. This will increase by year 5 to where we double the soil stabilizing market and encroach upon the concrete market, building 93 kilometers of rural roads. Financially, you can see that we will break even by year 3, and that by year 5, we will amass a profit of 25 million RMB. If this project were to expand, these numbers would grow exponentially as years progress. Road building is an 85 billion RMB market. China is looking to become a leading innovative nation, and at Launchpad, this is the right time, the right place, and Launchpad Asia has the right product to revolutionize the road building market in China. Thank you for listening, and we welcome your questions.
PowerPoint, is this a work that performed by all 5 of you together? Correct.
Sorry?
This PowerPoint, the presentation that you just did, okay? Did you guys do pieces, or you guys kind of like chipping and do the whole thing together as a team?
Oh, we have all been chipping in on this. We've had designated roles. Owen has kind of been our great market research person. This is kind of why he championed this part. And Caitlin has worked on the financials. These have kind of been our jobs. We have definitely all been a part of this project and have been helping each other out and sharing the workload.
So who is the person who did all the art and all the graphics?
I guess.
Which graph? Which one?
Yeah, all the photo, all the charts.
Actually, because each of us mainly take part of his own part, so for his part or her part, the chart is done by him or her. So.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. And how long you guys work on this particular project, this presentation?
Well, I suppose we did, based on the kind of different jobs that we had, we did create our own section the way we saw it fit, and we came together and tried to make it a coherent story, basically. We took our different areas, and they were very different at the beginning. It didn't have a very continuous flow, so we brought it together, and Owen is a great PowerPoint worker, so really made it all flow nicely and tell the story really well. But no, it was definitely a group effort. We all went through and decided the message that we wanted to take and how we would implement that message.
Job well done, guys. Okay, I would definitely give you A+ on this one. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Any other question, guys?
Hi, great job. It was very well presented and very informative for me. I have 2 questions. One is about, you mentioned that updating a road is more expensive than building a road from scratch, right? Did I hear that correctly?
Well, similar is that updating occupies a large amount of the total plan. That means government want to invest more in this area. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood then. I thought that you said that it was more expensive to update a road than to build it from scratch. Did I misunderstand that?
The thing is, the updating road use a new material, while building road is totally a new construction plan. So maybe building road is more expensive one.
So
But-
building is more expensive?
Yes.
Okay, I must have understood it backwards. Okay, that's fine. The
Okay.
second question is related to the finances. You very nicely showed competitively how this product would beat out concrete and others. I'm wondering though, and you also showed the profitability over time for the company. Do you have information about what the actual cost would be to the government to implement this?
We have how much the government spends on building roads. We have how much it costs the company to buy the material and to implement it. We also have how much tractors would cost. So from there, we were able to get a rough estimate as how much it would cost the company to implement and how much the government has to use to spend on these roads.
Okay, so the only thing that would have been more helpful to me would have been if I had some kind of chart or graphic that said, this is what it will cost for a 100-kilometer road or a 10-kilometer road, something like that. I didn't have a sense of what the cost would be to the government. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay. Thank you. Very good opening act. I thought the presentation was great. I had one question about the financials, the 3-year projections. Was it correct that I heard you say the profitability of the company would be about 25 million RMB
Yes.
in year 3?
No, year 5.
Year 5?
Yes.
Okay. So the only feedback I would say is that, and I don't know how real those numbers are, but that's a very small number because 25 million RMB is about,
Sorry.
is only about $4 million US dollars.
Right. That is just for in the top 3 regions, just if we implement that many roads in that area. We expect to take the pilot program and implement it into other areas. But if you're just to look at that particular segment of the market, you'd be able to make that much.
Okay, thank you. And then the second question I have, which is a little bit unfair, I must say, but I think you've been working on this together as a team for 6 weeks, correct? So I think you know the company quite well, you know the project. What would you say are the top 1 or 2 challenges over the next year that the company is going to be facing? What would those challenges be?
I'll take this one. I would say the biggest challenge is from the research that we've done, the people we've talked to, the Departments of Transportation don't seem to like using soil stabilizers. Basically, they almost see them as an extremely expensive dirt road. They don't see the value added to it, and they're worried about the environmental impacts and what it can do to the ground soil and seeping into the ground. So that is probably the biggest obstacle to overcome, is kind of turning the heads changing the minds of these people to show that no, this is a different soil stabilizer. This product is a new innovation and uses different technologies. This is why we'd implement the test projects to actually show them this.
Right. There are other similar products out there on the market, but a lot of them are kind of like snake oil, okay? And a lot of them use the wasted toxic resin. And so our stuff is actually a natural or bio-friendly polymer. Okay, so it is actually quite different, okay, than other products, okay, that they are on the market right now. China have tested several similar products in the past, okay, but they didn't really quite perform, okay, too well, okay. So we just actually did a testing role in the city of Weihai, okay, last year, okay, and turned out pretty good. And right now we're in the process of securing a contract, which is roughly about 1,200 kilometers of road in Xinjiang, okay, as we speak. Excellent job, guys. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have time? I think we have one more question
Yeah, I
here.
was going to ask a quick question. I'm not really clear on the value chain and what kind of cooperation you need from other either construction industries or just the government itself. So can you describe kind of the value chain, what Launchpad is providing as a product and how that fits into road construction?
Oh, of course. As I said, so projects will be, any kind of new material will be introduced through the departments of transportation. So these are the these are the entities that we'd be working for. They will introduce the product in a bidding process, basically, and invite bids from different construction companies who will actually be the ones implementing this product. So we will ship just our basic solution, the soil stabilizer, over here, and the construction company will actually be the one purchasing the material. However, they're not really, for the new product, they wouldn't be the ones making the decision to actually implement it. This would come for a new material from the government, from the Department of Transportation to be implemented. So they would be actually purchasing the stabilizer to use it, and it would go from there, then see the value of basically being able to build roads more efficiently from the governmental level.
So you would sell it to the government and then they would deploy it using a construction company that they've contracted?
Correct.
Okay, one more question. No, you have done great jobs. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Would you please tell me, is there any competitors in China? I mean, Chinese factories or corporations who can produce this kind of the similar products? How do you handling these competitors in China?
Actually, there are generally there are three major soil stabilizer companies, two in Beijing and one in Hunan. But their stabilizer is a little different from us, as our team member just mentioned. Their quality is not as good as, but actually they have been used. Some of them is starting to use in 2000 and haven't been used every years. But each year the road they built is not very long. We through our research, annually their road will be 15 kilometers per year. So that is the situation. And but during these 10 years, they are still trying to, they still upgrading their product and try to use it more also.
Owen, which school do you go to right now?
Sorry?
Which school do you go to right now?
I'm in University of Nottingham, Ningbo, China.
Okay, what's the school's name in Chinese?
宁波诺丁汉大学
有这个学校吗？
有啊，
有哈，
Private one.
它是中国一流的大学呢。
是吗？诺丁汉
宁波诺丁汉大学，就是它总部是在英国，然后在中国宁波有个分校。
是合资的，中国宁波大学跟诺丁汉合作
是
joint venture。
万里和诺丁汉两个学校一起合资的。
拿万里。
对，宁波万里学院。
万里是个民营的 private one。
好像是的，对。
它是个什么 2+2 吗？就是这里念2年，外面念2年吗？
是这样，就是它是分专业的，商科的话4年都是在这里，然后工科的话是 2+2。
哦。Got it. Okay. Great, awesome job, guys. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well done.